Hi, I'm Dag. This entire video is a complete shot in the dark, whether it's vlogging, streaming, or making gaming videos. Honestly, I have no actual clue what I'm doing anymore. This entire month I've had so many ideas, but I haven't really acted upon them, and this is one of those ideas that I'm acting upon. You probably have heard me talk about Destiny. Yeah, that Destiny. The one that everybody's asking why I haven't married yet, the one that I always rant and rave about on Twitter, the one that I play constantly every single day.
Instantly obliterating.
What the? This video is about why I like Destiny, and I kind of wanted to tell you a little bit about myself in the process, because honestly, I thought it would be a pretty fun story to go around. Anyway, sit back, relax, enjoy the video, and let's go on a fucking journey. When I was a kid, I wasn't treated very well. I had the autismo, and I was sitting in the special ed room, and not a lot of kids would like to hang out with me, mostly because they thought if they hung out with me, they'd say something, and then I'd tell on them, and they'd get in trouble. And it just led to a big feeling of me always feeling lonely, and now I have this terrible problem that whenever I have friends and they go do something without me, I feel unincluded. But that's something that I should probably tell a therapist and not you guys. Anyway, the first video game I used to play was Black Ops 2.
You're not even mature yet!
My friend got me into the game, and it was so fun. And I usually played that with my best friend Ryan for years and years and years. Towards the end of high school, my friends started to move away from Call of Duty. Call of Duty Ghosts just turned out not to be the big heavy hitter that they wanted, and they kind of just left it. And I was still playing the game, I still found it really fun. In fact, hot take here, I think Call of Duty Ghosts is one of the best CODs, and I have no idea why everybody hated it so much. But that's just me. Anyway, further into the summer, my friend told me about this game called Destiny 2. It was right before the Taken King came out, and I had no clue about it. I had no clue the type of game it was. I didn't know what it was about. I had never experienced anything like this. And so when I first got into Destiny, I was mind blown. I went into the lobby on the old tower in Destiny 1, and I actually thought that someone was going to shoot me, because I was so used to playing Call of Duty that I thought this has to be like a multiplayer map or something. Honestly, that was an actual thought that I had during that time. In the end, I found out that it was this big social space, and it was the first time ever I had people messaging me, asking me to join their clan, asking me to do all this stuff. It was absolutely mind-blowing to me. It was flabbergastingly fucking whoa. And I just found it so fucking cool. I found it so awesome and so grand that this game had existed. And when I actually got into the gameplay and the nitty-gritty of it, I was even more astounded. When I first stepped foot into the EDZ after going from there to the tower, the absolute fact that there were so many people in such this large space, and this large space existed in a game where so many other people could explore, absolutely mind-blown me. I kept thinking up so many different things that they could do, like what if they went to like New York City. Turns out in the lore that place is a nuclear zone that no one is allowed to go to, so sad days there. This game was absolutely awesome. I loved exploring every little nook and cranny. Sometimes I would just go to the planets and just sit there and watch the sunsets and absolute awesome vistas that were all over the place. Venus, by the way, was my favorite. That place was the coolest looking planet in the entire game. Don't at me. I ended up falling in love with the Hive. I thought those guys were awesome. Everything that had to do with their entire culture, their entire belief system, just how the characters in that grouping of enemies were all built up, it just was so fucking cool to me. And when Shadowkeep came out earlier this year, I actually pissed myself because I was finally happy to see Hive architecture back in the game again. As time moved forward, this game kind of really cemented my thought process that this was one of the best communities in gaming by far. It doesn't really matter what ideology, what culture, what country, what religion, race, or sexual identity you are. This game is one of the biggest and most complete melting pots of a game that I had ever experienced in my life. And it's such a connected community that whenever something happens or something is found in the game, the entire community, that's all, everybody on Xbox, PS4, PC, Stadia, they all get together and they start figuring stuff out, and they get that stuff in their head and they find some shit out that no one in their right mind by themselves would ever be able to figure out. And it was mind-blowing. Currently, as of recording this, the Bastion quest was just discovered after a week-long puzzle was being figured out by several streamers and dozens of decoders and map makers and hundreds of thousands of entries worth of player data. It was absolutely mind-blowing. It had nothing to do with the devs of the game itself. It was just the community, and that was the coolest thing in my book, honestly. Absolutely mind-blowing. When you're in this game, you are in this game. You are a part of the community, and it doesn't matter if you're a casual weekend warrior or a full-on grinder. This game is absolutely incredible. When I first got a hold of exotics, when I first stepped into Destiny back in Destiny 1, it was fucking awesome. I thought they were wonder weapons, and the first one I ever got was the Zalo Supercell. Bungie, please bring back the Zalo Supercell. Risk Runner sucks. Please bring back the Zalo Supercell. Anyway, where was I? It was the Zalo Supercell, and I thought it was the Wonderwaff, and I thought it was one of the coolest weapons ever. And the raids are even way better. They actually made me feel like I was part of a real important team. It feels dumb to say, but one of my fondest memories in life is beating the Kingsfall raid in D1 with a bunch of people that were all kicked out of their groups because they were quote-unquote too incompetent. And we beat it on the first try that we did it. It was awesome. I was a little salty that day because my friend had kicked me out of his raid group right before we got to the actual boss fight, and it was really, really stupid. In any case, this entire freaking thing was absolutely awesome. Destiny was an incredible part of my life, and it has continued to be an incredible part of my life. Seriously, I play this game literally every single day. In the time I recorded this, I played 3 to 4 games of Iron Banner, and I still don't hate myself. Even though I went up against at least 5 stacks of clans, and that was always an awful experience. In the end, I still love this game. In conclusion, this game has been an amazing part of my life. Whether it's from the customization that always makes me feel badass, the weapons that are always so cool to use, the gameplay, the raids, the strikes, Crucible, Iron Banner, etc., this game has always had a special place in my heart. And honestly, this entire video is a lie. The only reason I love Destiny is because of Ada 1's shiny metal ass. Good night, everyone.